I'm Robert Timmons.
And I'm Chelsea Timmons.
And you're watching Weekly Words. Hey, what's up everybody? Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Weekly Words. I pray that these last couple weeks have been great for you, that you've been able to be productive, gotten some rest, and God has revealed new things for you as you continue to walk through 2021. As you can see, today I have a very special guest. You all should remember my sister, Chelsea Timmons.
Hi guys, good to see you again.
For those of you, like I said, she's been on here in the past. Grateful to have her insight and her wisdom here, but also some of you guys might be new to meeting her, excuse me, especially after she was just recently on the Ellen show. If you missed her interview, I have put the link down below in the details section, so check it out because she's low-key a celebrity and we low-key famous, but we're still just us.
Yeah.
Anyways, so today I wanted to encourage everybody. We've walked through the 3 words and phrases that God has given me for this year. And I'm inviting everybody else who believes that it's part of them to lean into, part of what God's telling for them, to lean into those words as well. Recalibrate, have bigger dreams, and satisfied. Today, we actually want to focus more on the recalibrate side. So as we're thinking about what our goals are for the year and what our dreams are for the year, we wanted to give you guys some practical and tangible solutions and things to consider to achieve those things. Because we're in the 3rd month of the year, but where are we with our goals and with our dreams?
Exactly.
Are we still on track? Are we going to get there? Are we behind? Did we forget? So we're going to dive into that. And so first and foremost, we want to introduce the 3 R's to you. And the first one is reEnergize. So Chelsea, what does reEnergize mean and what does that look like?
So at the beginning of the year, everybody's super into New Year's resolutions. Every store you go to has that seasonal aisle right up front. For many, getting healthy was one of those goals. So they stack the front of the store with exercise equipment, meal prep, healthy food, and it's in the forefront of the store and in the forefront of your mind. But as the months have passed on, those things got pulled from the shelves and it might have fallen back into the back of your mind as well. So you need to think back to what made you pick the goal that you picked and really hone in on that why. Why did you want to achieve that goal? Remind yourself of it and really embrace it to get that motivation back like you had at the beginning of the year, because it has been a rough few months, and just with the daily life struggles, you've probably forgotten about it. So re-energize your energy for that goal. Think about why you picked it in the first place and try to get that same momentum that you had at the beginning of the year.
Exactly. And on that same point, don't feel like you have to wait till next week, next month, or next year to get started if you've forgotten or you never started or you've fallen off. We've all been there. There's been stuff that I've fallen off on. There's been stuff that I didn't even start yet. But okay, cool. Today's a new day. I can start today. In re-energizing yourself and finding that why and motivation, also feel empowered and encouraged to start now. Just because 2 months have already passed doesn't mean it has to define the rest of the year for you.
Exactly. There's still
10
10 more months left in the year for you to get back on track. So don't let the last few failures determine the rest of your year. You don't have to wait till 2022. You don't even have to wait till Monday to get started. Start today. Make today your day one.
Exactly. The second R is going to be reevaluate, right? So at the beginning of the year, we set out this plan that we wanted to enact to reach our goals and our dreams. But life happens. Maybe things have changed and how we want it to look has changed. I think for me and a lot of people, we go to, okay, I have to do this today and this today and this tomorrow and this tomorrow, all these different things. And so whenever we don't accomplish that particular goal in that day, that day feels like a failure. So maybe one of the ways to reevaluate your goals and dreams is to not just look at it daily, but look at it weekly and monthly. So, for example, in the past I've talked about my goal for reading books throughout the year, and if your goal is to read a chapter a day, and then Tuesday happens, it's a crazy day at work, or something unexpected happens, and you forget to read, or you're just too tired to read, you might feel like, dang, I failed, and that starts to be a snowball when we just get away from that goal. But really, so what that you missed that one day of reading? If you still read 7 chapters in the course of the week, that week was still
a success.
Exactly. So I encourage you to think about how could you reevaluate your goals to not only measure it daily, but measure it weekly and monthly for an overall routine and posture.
Exactly. And sometimes I think at the beginning of the year, our eyes are too big for what we can actually do. Sometimes our goals aren't really attainable. There's the saying, new year, new me. But guess what? You're the same.
You the same. You the same.
Check that calendar change does not change who you are, and you can't undo years of bad habits. You can't just magically change yourself. So reevaluate your goals. Maybe they were too big for what you wanted. Maybe you need to step back and take some baby steps. So just reevaluating that goal and making it to something more attainable, something that makes more sense to what you've seen over the last 2 months to help you get to the big goal further in the future.
Exactly. Aristotle has a quote saying, "We are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not a thing. It's excellence then is a habit." So we have to, if we want to be excellent, we have to continuously practice excellence, right?
And those habits just don't form overnight. So give yourself some time to pick up those good habits.
Exactly. And also don't feel like you have to do everything at once. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to start working out, changing my diet, waking up early, doing my passion project. You've changed your entire lifestyle. Let's do one thing at a time and work our way into that new routine.
Let's just start by drinking enough water every
day. Let's start with the water. Start there. Exactly. All right, so let's get into the third and final R, which is remind.
Yeah, so for me, I'm a very visual person and I need reminders all the time. When you have a goal that's not necessarily a daily goal, something that's going to take a long time, you want to make sure to remind yourself of it. So I like to write down my goals. There's such a power in writing things down. Even in the Bible, Jesus keeps saying, it is written. And when you have that written thing, it gives it so much power and it helps you manifest your goals. So write it down, keep it someplace that you can see every day. I have my goals written on my mirror. So every morning while I'm brushing my teeth, I see that reminder and it helps me remember to do something small, something large, just something to help me reach that goal. I also like to take just a blank calendar for the month, tape it up, whatever habit I'm working on, put a check if I did it, an X if I didn't. And then when I notice I'm starting to see too many X's in a row, it reminds me to get back on it and get back focused. When I see all those checks in a row, when I am doing it, it just re-energizes me more. So either way, whether I'm doing it or not, it helps. Seeing that visualization on the board of tracking my habits just helps me stay focused.
Exactly. I like the point about writing it down. Whenever we write something down, it's now becoming an action. It's something we're putting it out. It's not just a thought or an idea anymore. It's the first step in making it something that we are actually going to achieve. We're now making it tangible, something that we can grasp and hold on to and remind us to go towards what our goals are.
Exactly.
So today, our encouragement for you all as you work towards what your dreams and goals are for 2021 and also how that propels you into the rest of your life is to remember the 3 R's. The first one is reEnergize.
Think about your why and hang on to that to get that motivation back up for yourself.
The second one is reevaluate. Take a moment to see if you need to calculate how you're going to measure your goals, daily, weekly, monthly. And the third one is remind.
Give yourself a daily reminder to what you're working towards so that you don't forget it in the hustle and bustle of life.
Exactly. So we hope that this was encouraging to you all. Reenergize, reevaluate, and remind.
Yes.
Take a second to check out these questions. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Weekly Words. I pray that you thoroughly enjoyed it and got something positive from it.
If you have any questions or you have any suggestions for future topics or want to be featured on the Viewer's Corner, go ahead and send Rob an email
at weeklywordsrt@gmail.com. Again, that's weeklywordsrt@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out the Weekly Words extended podcast anywhere that you listen to your podcast. Thanks again for tuning in today. We pray that you have a great week, and we will see you back here next time on Weekly Words.